age of television to revisit one of the most beloved sitcoms of all time. Happy Days, 1974. A show that brought us laughter, life lessons, and unforgettable characters. Happy Days wasn't just a sitcom. It was a cultural phenomenon that defined an era. From Fonzie's effortless cool to Richie Cunningham's coming-of-age journey, these characters became family to millions of viewers. But where are the stars today? Some have continued to shine, while others have left us, but their impact on entertainment will never fade. Join us as we honor their legacy, celebrating their contributions to television and the joy they brought to generations of fans. And before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to help keep the memories of these incredible actors alive. The undeniable cool factor of Happy Days, Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli, was brought to life by Henry Winkler, born on October 30th, 1945 in New York City, USA. At 29 years old, he stepped into the role of the leather jacket-wearing, motorcycle-riding rebel with a heart of gold. With his effortless swagger, iconic "Aye" catchphrase, and unshakable loyalty to his friends, Fonzie became a cultural icon and one of television's most beloved characters. Before Happy Days, Winkler was a rising actor, but his portrayal of Fonzie launched him into stardom, earning him 2 Golden Globe Awards and cementing his place in pop culture. His career flourished far beyond the sitcom, with memorable roles in The Waterboy, Barry, and numerous directing and producing credits. Now at 79 years old, he continues to be a celebrated figure in entertainment, using his platform for writing, advocacy, and inspiring new generations of performers while remaining forever remembered as the King of Cool. The heart and moral compass of Happy Days, Richie Cunningham, was portrayed by Ron Howard, born on March 1, 1954 in Duncan, Oklahoma, USA. At 20 years old, he took on the role of the wholesome, all-American teenager navigating the ups and downs of 1950s life. With his signature red hair, plaid shirts, and earnest charm, Richie embodied the classic coming-of-age journey, serving as the relatable anchor of the series. Before Happy Days, Howard was already a familiar face as Opie Taylor in The Andy Griffith Show, but his role as Richie solidified his status as a beloved television star. However, his ambitions extended beyond acting. He transitioned into directing and became one of Hollywood's most acclaimed filmmakers, winning 2 Academy Awards for A Beautiful Mind and helming iconic films like Apollo 13 and The Da Vinci Code. Now at 70 years old, he remains a powerhouse in the entertainment industry, leaving behind a legacy that spans both television and cinema. The charming and mischievous Chachi Arcola was portrayed by Scott Baio, born on September 22, 1960, in Brooklyn, New York, USA. At just 16 years old, he joined Happy Days in 1977 as Fonzie's charismatic younger cousin, quickly becoming a fan favorite. With his trademark "wah wah wah" catchphrase and his romantic storyline with Joanie Cunningham, Chachi brought youthful energy to the show and became a key figure in its later seasons. Baio's popularity led to the successful spin-off series Joanie Loves Chachi and later to his starring role in Charles in Charge. He continued acting in television, appearing in Diagnosis, Murder, and various other projects, while also working behind the scenes as a director and producer. Now at 64 years old, he remains a nostalgic figure for fans of classic TV, with his role as Chachi cementing his place in 1970s and 1980s pop culture. Number 4. The affable and dependable Roger Phillips was portrayed by Ted McGinley, born on May 30, 1958, in Newport Beach, California, USA. At 22 years old, he joined Happy Days in 1980 as the gym teacher and guidance counselor at Jefferson High School, as well as Marion Cunningham's nephew. Stepping in as a mentor figure after Richie and Joanie moved on, Roger brought a fresh dynamic to the series with his approachable demeanor and easygoing charm. Beyond Happy Days, McGinley built a successful career in television, starring in Married, With Children, The Love Boat, and Dynasty, earning a reputation as the show savior for seamlessly integrating into long-running series. Now at 66 years old, he continues to work in Hollywood, maintaining his status as a versatile and enduring presence in television history. The outspoken and mischievous Jenny Piccolo was portrayed by Kathy Silvers, born on May 27, 1961, in New York City, USA. At 19 years old, she joined Happy Days in 1980 as Joanie Cunningham's bold and rebellious best friend, adding a fresh dose of humor and teenage antics to the show. Known for her sharp wit and knack for getting Joanie into amusing predicaments, Jenny quickly became a fan favorite. After Happy Days, Silvers continued acting in television, appearing in Foley Square and lending her voice to animated series like Sesame Street. In later years, she transitioned into health and wellness advocacy, promoting organic living and holistic health. Now at 63 years old, she remains fondly remembered for her role as Jenny Piccolo, a character that brought lively energy to one of TV's most beloved sitcoms. The warm-hearted and nurturing Marion Cunningham, affectionately known as Mrs. C, was portrayed by Marion Ross, born on October 25, 1928, in Watertown, Minnesota, USA. At 46 years old, she stepped into the role of the quintessential 1950s housewife, bringing humor, wisdom, and a touch of sass to the Cunningham family. As the loving mother of Richie and Joanie, Marion balanced traditional values with a quiet strength, making her one of the most beloved TV moms of all time. Beyond Happy Days, Ross had a long and distinguished career in film and television, appearing in The Love Boat, Gilmore Girls, and Brooklyn Bridge, earning 2 Emmy nominations. She also authored her memoir, My Days, Happy and Otherwise, reflecting on her iconic career. Now at 96 years old, she remains a legendary figure in Hollywood, forever cherished for her role as one of television's most endearing matriarchs. The kind and steady Howard Cunningham, affectionately known as Mr. C, was portrayed by Tom Bosley, born on October 1, 1927, in Chicago, Illinois, USA. At 46 years old, he took on the role of the warm, level-headed patriarch of the Cunningham family, running Cunningham Hardware while always putting his family first. As the moral compass of Happy Days, Howard was a supportive father to Richie and Joanie, a loving husband to Marion, and a mentor to the younger characters, often sharing wisdom and humor in equal measure. Before Happy Days, Bosley was an acclaimed stage actor, winning a Tony Award for Fiorello in 1960. After the show, he remained a familiar face in television, starring in Murder, She Wrote and Father Dowling Mysteries. Sadly, he passed away on October 19, 2010, at 83 years old, but his legacy as one of TV's most beloved father figures continues to live on in the hearts of fans worldwide. The lovable and musically talented Potsie Weber was portrayed by Anson Williams, born on September 25, 1949, in Los Angeles, California, USA. At 25 years old, he stepped into the role of Richie Cunningham's best friend, bringing an endearing mix of charm, humor, and occasional cluelessness to Happy Days. With his passion for music and boyish enthusiasm, Potsie provided comic relief while also showcasing his singing talents in the show's many musical moments. After Happy Days, Williams transitioned behind the camera, becoming a successful television director, working on hit series like Beverly Hills, 90210, Melrose Place, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. In addition to his work in entertainment, he became an entrepreneur and advocate for drowsy driving awareness. Now at 75 years old, he continues to inspire both in and outside of Hollywood, remembered fondly for his iconic role as Potsie. The quick-witted and endlessly entertaining Ralph